Mac Brown, they, as in strength and conditioning coaches, are the heart and soul of your program. Okay? I was at, so why is this important? Why has this become the case? I was recently at the Glazier Clinic, the Southern California one. I don't know if anybody else went, but they did a panel discussion on program development. 3 Southern Section Division I coaches, legends. And the first 10 of their things that they listed about how to build a great football program all had to do with strength and conditioning. So I asked them, how many of you have an actual certified strength and conditioning coach that helps you out? Not a single one. So they all admitted that it's the most important thing to their program, but not important enough to actually have a professional help them do it. And I equate that to, if you're going to hire an offensive coordinator, right, and I come in and I'm like, hey, I'm applying for your offensive coordinator position, and they're like, well, what's your experience, what are your qualifications? It's like, I scored a lot of points on Madden. Or if you're going to hire an athletic trainer, it's like, oh no, like, I've seen someone tape some ankles, I can be your athletic trainer. Right, and that's where, and I know, again, the reason that we get a lot of guys that are just on staff that are willing to help with strength and conditioning, and they're the weight room guy because no one else will do it, that's great. And just having somebody there that's willing to do it is awesome, right? But we all know it's important, but yet it always seems to be, especially in high school, it's one of the last things that people actually look to get coaches that are qualified to do. It's kind of like, you know, you were the big strong guy in high school, so you get all the kids big and strong. Or you're the one guy that played in college, just use your college program. Okay? Which they're high school kids, they're 14, 15. They don't need the program that 18, 20-year-olds are doing. Okay? And so a lot of coaches will admit, college coaches, I forget who said it, but they even said it's the most important hire in college. But in high school, when kids are actually developing the most physically and need the most coaching, is when we give them the least qualified people typically. Okay? And so that's why this is important. Now, again, like we said, how do we accomplish that? Not everybody's going to be able to hire a full-time coach. Okay? However, there are a ton of resources to try to make that more viable. Okay? The NSCA, which is the National Strength and Conditioning Association, has an entire set, and I'm going to show it to you here, an entire set of PDFs, what to say to your athletic director. I know this is not, I'm trying to get this to downsize a little bit here. Okay? So, why your high school needs a strength and conditioning professional. What are the competencies? So, what are you looking for when hiring someone? Okay? What are the legal benefits of having a certified coach? Okay? If you have someone that's not certified, not insured, and they're out running conditioning programs and a kid gets heat illness, okay, or a kid has a heart issue that was never talked about because the person doesn't know the proper way to do background on information on all their athletes to make sure that the program fits the medical needs of your team. Okay, that's a lawsuit for your school waiting to happen. Okay, my certification that I pay for comes with insurance, liability insurance. I'm covered no matter what. Okay, most of these people, in order to get this specific certification, you have to have an undergraduate degree in something exercise science related. Okay, so again, I've gone through the coursework, or that coach has gone through the coursework that qualifies them to do that. Okay, how safe is your team strength and conditioning program? All these resources, I'm not going to go through all of them, obviously. Okay, but those resources are out there of where to go to your athletic director. Okay, and try to get some funding. Say, hey, this is important to us. We need to get somebody in here that's qualified to do it. Again, here's one of those sheets. So benefits of a qualified professional. Reducing injuries. Okay? Improving long-term athletic development. Right? Looking at your kids from whether if you work from the youth, middle school, high school, 14 to 18 years old, all the way through, looking at that on a long-term scale. Improve performance, improve confidence, improve health. So we want all of the things that we get from strength and conditioning are typically more efficient when you've got someone that knows what they're doing. But then even more so, benefits to the school. We talked about limiting liability, okay? Safety. Okay? I can't tell you how many schools that I go in to watch their team train, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? How do you not have 3 to 5 people in the hospital like right now? Like just guys doing cleans with other people walking right by the bar as they're going. No spotters when people are squatting, just falling to the side, weights dropping. And it's, again, it doesn't take, like getting kids bigger and stronger faster, those results aren't really that hard. Where it takes someone that's qualified and that has experience is being able to get them to do things right technically. Just like as a position coach, right, you're gonna work a technique, and the success of that D-line move is dependent on the success of the technique. If you just let people, it's like, no, just get to the quarterback. Just do whatever you want, and you didn't work techniques, how successful would your D-line move be? Okay, so our exercises are the same. If I'm just like, hey, pick that bar up, throw it back down, pick it up, throw it back down, good to go, right? They're not gonna get the benefits that they should be getting from that movement. Just like if we don't teach them the proper technique as a skilled position player, they're not gonna be a very good player. Okay, so that's where that experience as a coach comes in, okay? A couple other things. If you are also the offensive coordinator or the head coach, or you also are the equipment manager and you're having to manage all the strength and conditioning, right? Imagine having that off your plate, right? And having somebody else take responsibility for that. Imagine how much more that frees up all the other coaches to focus on what they're really good at, okay? Lots of other things, okay, we can go into with that. Again, I don't expect that to be an option for most schools, okay? Again, I've never even, in my career, been hired as a full-time strength and conditioning coach, okay, for longer than a few months. So, what are our other options, okay? One is to get a part-time coach, just like most coaches or stipend coaches or part-time coaches, okay? A lot of people that work in the exercise science field, I have to work as a personal trainer. I've taught at JUCOs. I've worked at Nike Town selling shoes. Like, you can find qualified people that don't have to be there full time. Okay, there are so many of us that want to coach and want to help that have these qualifications. Ways that you find those. Oh man, this is really hard to read. I'm sorry. NSCA, AFCA, so American Football Coaches Association, they all have job boards. Okay, football school. I mean, we're probably all on them all the time looking for jobs for ourselves. But if you're at a program, real simple, post a job, hey, part-time, come get your career started, help us out, and then you've got someone qualified there helping you guys out. Another thing is kind of similar to what I'm trying to do for schools is that you can get someone just to come in and assess where your program's at and give you some suggestions for improving it. I'm saying, hey, like, what is your guys' primary outcome? Who's in charge? Cool. You guys are going to be the 4 coaches that help in the weight room. Let me run you through a couple of your main lifts. Make sure you know how to teach the squat. You guys know how to teach bench. You know how to teach some basic running mechanics, and then you guys go and lead it, right? So you don't even have to have someone that's there all the time, but at least